All right, friends, we have made it to the end. It is time to begin the thank yous.
Yep.
And the goodbyes and the farewells.
The great thanking.
The adieus.
If you could get
$917 there, emptying the rest of the bucket. Thanks for a great week. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, all of the society to the stage,
Yeah, we
please.
get everybody from the Desert Bus Society board, please.
Nice scooch of.
Yeah.
Sup.
Files in the middle.
Oh, the entire Child's Play team's watching the finale too.
Yay!
What's
Thank
up,
you
kids?
again for all of the help with the PayPal weirdness.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. Zeta, thanks that all the people from New Zealand could donate to things when they were awake.
Okay.
We're missing
Wait.
Beach.
Beach.
We're missing Beach and
Beach to the
Chris. Beach is
stage.
busy.
Beach to the stage.
And we're missing Fuji as well.
Beej and Fuji to the stage. Beej and Chris to the stage. Chris
Please pick up the
to the stage.
courtesy
It's
phone.
going to be all on screen. We can read it.
Chris to the what?
No.
We're just going to do it off our phones.
What are we doing?
The thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, just off your phones.
I'm going to get my phone.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Chris is at the stage. Beej to the stage, please. Beej to the stage.
Wow, $917 from someone emptying the rest of their
Yeah.
bucket.
Thank you so much.
Sick bucket. I want your bucket.
Yeah.
It's a sick bucket. Also, no. Also, some people were like, "Throw the bucket in." It's like, no, that's our bucket. You didn't have our bucket.
That bucket's paying out.
That bucket is very special to us.
Yeah.
Wherever you like. Let's make
It's real weird.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's time to say goodbye, and it's time to say thank you to a tremendous number of people. Oh, there's the music. Oh, I love it. Let's just all take it in and feel sad. Oh, yeah.
Kleenex is behind Johnny.
Look at how much we raised. I don't feel sad at all.
Yeah, no, neither do I. I'm good.
I feel amazing.
Awesome.
Feeling pretty good. All right, I'm going to kick things off here, and then we're going to go around the room and make sure that everybody has a chance to thank the people they need to thank. But I'm going to make it really easy and take the easiest one here at the start, and that's to thank you. You did this.
What?
We are just a bunch of goofballs in a room acting like a bunch of goofballs. And you watch and you donate, and it doesn't matter if you watched for a minute or if you took a week off work. It doesn't matter if you donated $1 or $10,000. This event isn't possible without the community that you have all created around it. This year and every year. But I really especially want to thank you all for the last 3, especially. 2020 to 2022 were rough for everybody, and somehow in the last 4 years, we have managed to raise almost 45% of what we have raised total here at Desert Bus, and that is because of you. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for carrying us over the incredible humps that we were all presented in the last handful of years. It felt really good to finally have everybody more or less back in the room, all the shifts back in the room. The moon base is so messy, but boy, was it well worth it. So just thank you so much to all of you. Next up, I want to thank all these people. This is the Desert Bus for Hope Society. I know that might be a word that you haven't heard before, and I'm not going to get into it. But I do want to just say that we've spent the last year spending a lot of time talking about the future, talking about what this thing looks like going forward. And there was a post earlier this year, but actually probably like a month or 2 ago. If you want to go back and find that in on the blog, it'll give you a little bit more information.
We can get comms to reshare that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, this is the society that makes up Desert Bus, and I want to thank each and every one of them on this stage for all the incredible hard work that they've done over the last year making this happen. So thank you.
Thank you, James.
I got a couple personal thank yous that I want to do real quick, and then we're going to pass it around the room. Big shout out to Noi2222, as always, for getting those amazing game shows ready for us over on Dawn Guard. Couldn't do it without you, and I really appreciate it. I want to thank everybody over on the Desert Bus for Hope Dawn Guard Minecraft server this year. For the third year in a row, you have come together and created a small, tight-knit little community of Minecrafters, and I love it. I hope that you can continue that going forward, and I hope you can stay connected and keep playing Minecraft together. I also want to give a big shout-out to HV Braincase, Steps, and Ecom over on the VST this year especially. They took on hosting the server. They took on a lot of the admin duties. It really made it much easier for me to just focus on this and not have to worry too much about a Minecraft server, except for when I get to just poke around and see what all the amazing things that they've created over the last couple days. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Megan for hanging out for a couple days near the start. Fantastic energy, made us all feel incredibly old. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. And finally, I want to thank Ashley, my wife, and a shipping volunteer for continuing to put up with all this nonsense and helping out. I love you very much. Thank you. I'm going to pass it on to our site managers. I don't know who all is actually here and going to be coming on stage. It's the two. So it's Brett, Sarah, and Paxton. As you know, Serge stepped away to take a break from Desert Bus this year, and we thought, hey, this is an opportunity to share the load. So instead of one person doing all of the things that Serge used to do, we now have 3 people who do all the things that Serge used to do. And I guess I'll talk to you after the run, but boy, I hope it went well. So yeah, let's bring on Brett and Sarah, and they can give their thanks to everybody they need to thank. But also thank them.
I start?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of hungry people, and so we want to thank for keeping us fed by giving us a DoorDash account, the people at Child's Play, specifically Logan, Angie, and Kristen.
Yeah, for sure. The other very important part is keeping us caffeinated, so thank you to Paul at Fernwood Coffee. He kept this thing going, and we very much appreciate it.
And then our wonderful, wonderful site volunteers. We got Pete, Logan, and Alex. And then, of course, our runners this year, Rec and Emily.
Yeah, and it was so nice having site volunteers back on, and
Yes.
it kept a lot of weight off of a lot of people's shoulders here, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Paxton, who couldn't be here also.
And of course Paxton, yes. Personally, I did a lot of work with Alpha Flights, Beer O'Clock, all that fun stuff, so I want to thank Ian from Il Sauvage, Jay from Russell Brewing, Raina from Four Winds, Travis from Hoyne, Chris from Category 12, Brad from Vancouver Island Brewing, Val from Fieldhouse, and Russ from Phillips. They donated a lot of really, really, really good beverages for us, which we will be having at the after party. So.
Thank you.
Then we wanted to thank Jagasilk and especially Jared for coming out and doing a wonderful presentation for us and providing us with some matcha and some other teas throughout the run.
Yeah, that weird grinder thing and the kombucha, fantastic. And then I am also, speaking of the after party, we are getting some snacks and cakes and everything from the wonderful Final Fantasy XIV adventurers. So I want to thank the free companies of Undersqualified, Spirit Bridges, Potat, and Target Kids. All of these wonderful people got together and made it so that at least we won't go hungry. So I very much appreciate all of you. And last and probably most important for us is Serge. We missed having him here, but he kind of showed us the ropes and really kind of showed us that we could do this job.
Yeah.
And I think we did a damn fine job.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah,
I
you
agree.
did.
thank you all so much. Thank you, chat.
Thank
And yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Next up on my list, I've got Mr. Andrew.
That's me.
That's you.
What's
Andrew.
up? Hi,
Yep.
everybody.
Yeah. Get ready to hear that noise a lot.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of folks to thank. Actually, maybe it is better if I stand back here so I'm not in front of quite so many people. I can project. I have been leading the comms and dance teams once again.
Sorry, engineering just reacted very strongly to that comment.
Can I not project? All right. So I would like to start with comms. I would like to thank Colin and Jason on photos. I would like to thank on Dawn Guard, Az and Kelly.
Yeah.
I would like to thank on Alpha Flight TQ and Dan joining the vlog team.
Yeah.
Also a special shout out to Dan for helping with some of the media stuff, like with Check News the other day. I want to thank Soraya and Julie on Night Watch.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Matthews and PJ on Zeta.
Yeah.
And I would once again like to specifically shout out PJ as my deputy. You are fantastic to work with, and I'm very, very happy to spend time with you doing this.
Nice haircut.
Hair.
Where'd you get it?
Some of the folks that I've been chatting with in the inbox for various different special projects. V and Eric over at Codename Entertainment for those codes we dropped on the D&D on Alpha Flight for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Reed, Chris, and John over at Fangamer. Angie, Garrett, Travis, Rhea, Kirsten, and everyone else at Child's Play. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate your patience with me while we organized all kinds of fun stuff for this. Over on the RDP team, as always, myself, along with Ben and Jordan, for playlist selection, getting you some fun dances, getting you some fun trolls. I want to thank Ian, as always, for the button, the hardware itself. I want to thank Ekim for helping with cutting some of the audio for it. I want to thank Kateri the Fiery over on the VST for cutting all the RDPs that are going up on YouTube. And I want to thank Fuji for the tech that helps the RDP go for the overlay there. Beyond that, I would just like to thank my co-organizers who you see here, and my partners, Sarah and Sandra, for all their support. So, thank you, everyone.
Actually, just what you mentioned photos. I want to give a big shout out to Sarah, who jumped in
That's right.
during
on
Zeta.
Yeah.
One of the few times when
You report to me now.
yeah,
Zeta photographer.
yeah, when
New title.
the occasional times when people had to sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
Sarah was jumped in on doing photos. So
Thank you for the reminder there, Paul.
All right, next up I have Erica.
I will stand on the mark. Okay. So first, I would like to thank my team of amazing volunteers, Ashley, Megan, and Alex.
Yeah, shipping.
I can't explain to you how much of a weight it is off me to have 3 amazingly talented people who honestly just kind of make me feel like I'm getting in the way if I go into the shipping office. They are amazing, and definitely shipping would not run as smooth as it does without them. I would also like to thank all of our amazing crafters. Everyone who's contributed to the craft along this year has put in absolutely amazing work, as they do every year, and they are astounding to work with. And there's too many of them to thank individually, but they are, our prizes would not be what they were without the Craft Along community, and you are all absolutely amazing. I also want to thank all of our fantastic corporate sponsors. We get new ones every year, and we've gotten to a point where people are in positions that started watching Desert Bus and have gotten into positions in company where we're like, hey, we should donate to this thing. They do a lot of good stuff, and I love it when people reach out to me.
we've infiltrated companies.
We've infiltrated companies. If you work for a company and would think we would be a good sponsor, corporate at desertbus.org. I also want to thank the folks over at PMC for handling the lion's share of the shipping that goes out. Most of the prizes go through PMC. So in particular, Lauren, Sonia, and Virginia over there are the ones who I work most closely with, and the entire team is fantastic. And again, everything runs so smoothly since we have gotten to work with them. I also wanted to thank the people at Child's Play. In particular, I wanted to shout out Ria, who did most of the photos for the corporate prizes that are up on the website right now. And they did absolutely fantastic work for that, and also did some work on the Shopify end of things. I wanted to thank my descriptions writers. Writing descriptions for prizes is one of the hardest things we do. Thank you to all of the crafters who wrote their descriptions, and also thank you to Dan, Az, Alex, Megan, and PJ for writing descriptions for some of the prizes as well. And lastly, I want to thank Mike, Chris, and Ashton for all of their help getting stuff coordinated in the back end, making sure our back end and PMC are speaking to each other, and that everything, it's literally we hit a button and it sends all the shipping information to PMC, and it's wonderful and delightful and it's amazingly smooth. On a personal note, I want to thank my parents because they're wonderful, supportive, and the fact that they're excited that I do this every year means the world to me. So, thank you.
Johnny?
So old.
Johnny.
Johnny.
I first off want to thank my amazing broadcast team. I've got
Your team is telling you to hit the mark.
Okay. I don't want to
I'm
put
the
my
only one
ass
who can get away
right
with
in
it.
Ashton's face.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
My amazing team, who I'll list them off individually, but just the whole team does such amazing work, not only to make a great setup for the show, but to bring their own styles and personalities to make the show great within the individual jobs they're doing during the run. It's great to see so many people in Desert Bus do this, but they think of what will make a great show all the time, and my team is always doing that. I'm not saying that they're exclusive to that, but that is top of mind all the time, and it's great. I want to thank Sarah, longtime broadcaster, now back on Dawn Guard, who did our video direction for Dawn Guard today. Jen, back in person, thanks so much for coming back, Jen. We love having you here. And also just great doing animations or, anything. I had something for them today, and they didn't tell me to F off. It was great. I was like, can you do this one thing? It's like, depends on what it is, Johnny. But they still did it, and they did it quick, and they did it amazing. I want to thank Map, who's probably traveled the farthest of any of our volunteers again this year from Germany. Map has such a great idea for the show and what will work, but also just like really extremely talented at building things, and he's built a lot of great things for us this year and has for many years. Joe, also just a huge amount of talent for coming up with really cool solutions to solve complex technical problems we have, and did a bunch of really great things this year, including the amazing animated Super Scope that we used quite a lot and looked great. So that was our team on Alpha. I want to thank the Dawn Guard broadcasters, Corey, who has a huge depth of expertise around sound and video, and just is such a consummate professional when he does this stuff, but also just a great sense of humor.
Night Watch for what it's worth.
So yeah, sorry, Night Watch. Sorry, I did Alpha. Now I'm doing Night Watch. Ben, not only is great talent for knowing what is going to be good in a show, but also just a great entertainer as well. And it's amazing to have both those elements in our broadcast team. Not everyone needs to do that, but Ben is absolutely great at both of those things, and we really appreciate it. Boomer, despite having challenges and circumstances beyond their control, still managed to come up 2 times, not only once to help set up, but twice coming up again to help during Zeta, and built and made that amazing sweater as well. And it's just always so keen to help and make sure that we have a good show. Sean, back on Zeta, doing great in audio work and also building stuff for us. We really appreciate you having a keen eye to make Zeta a great show, Sean. I also want to thank 2 new people that we added to the team this year. Colin, I'm sorry we added another Colin to to our team to confuse, but Colin had been a site volunteer before, so he was a site volunteer, and we brought him on as for first time ever as a PA. Colin did absolutely amazing, helping me set up with the team, and was here to provide whatever was needed during the show, during the day. Thanks so much, Colin. And a shout out also to Andre, who was also brought in with that intent to be his job, but then because of Boomer's circumstances, jumped in right away and learned how to do both sound and video in Zeta, and did a great job at both, and was really keen to learn. Also spent a lot of time with me helping set up. Thank you so much, Andre, for all your work as the second PA for like a few days, and then right in to being a video and an audio director on Zeta. Thank you so much. I want to thank Steve Seguin of OBS Ninja for creating such a great product that we use for call-ins. I want to thank the Vancouver Island University for providing a bunch of equipment for us, and specifically Chris Alamani, who helped me build the DB Labs. I also want to go back and say thank you to Joe, who also helped me build DB Labs this year, which allowed us to build a virtual version of this in my hometown before we came and built this, so that we could test some things, and we're going to build on that every year, I think. I want to thank Elgato, who has been a great supporter of both Loading Ready Run, and to Desert Bus for providing one of 3 new Stream Decks, because we needed more Stream Decks this year.
You have a problem.
Yeah. I want to thank John McKenzie for providing a bunch of cabling that we use for this. I also want to thank Kristen from Child's Play, who helped get us some gear, not only before the show, but some last minute stuff we needed. Just absolutely great support to make sure that we had the best show that we could possibly have. And lastly, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Tammy, who supports me every year and makes it so I can go this. Thanks so much.
Jason.
And Jason, yeah, oh, sorry, I had a special note for Jason and then didn't thank him. I put him in a separate section. Now it says like, my wife and also, but especially Jason.
But Jason's on my team now. I still
yeah. So Jason, as probably he's not on camera a ton, but as probably people at home probably have got an inclination of, is a multi-talented person that's doing photography. He's editing videos for us, and for the first year officially, he is also a producer on the show. So he and I share duties of producing, and Jason has a huge amount of television background, and is just such a great person to have on Desert Bus, and we're so lucky to have him. And I don't think he sleeps.
He was literally. He was never not here when I was here.
Yeah.
We have to have a conversation about that.
Yeah, he's always here. Jason has been absolutely integral to making the show really great this year, and thank you so much for all your work this year, Jason, and the works you've done in the past. Thank you so much.
Wow. Can you believe this guy? He didn't thank Kevin. Jesus.
It's
Kevin
an inanimate object.
He's just hanging there, right? Just look. Oh my God! Wow. All right, Matt, you're up next.
I'm up next.
Yeah.
That's up next.
All right.
I messed up the order. It's my fault.
I should probably figure out where the thank yous are. There we go. All right. So this year I stepped into a new role. Formerly I was doing guests, but this year my job was to wrangle all of these fine folks and some other fine folks out there to be our entertainment crew and to make sure that all of our shifts were staffed and that you were provided much entertainment throughout the run. To that end, I would like to thank all of our entertainment volunteers this year, including Andrew Cowden, Andrew Ferguson, Ashton Cummings, Beige Derry, Carrie Floyd, Coriander Dickinson, Erica Cole, Graham Stark, Ian Horner, Jacob Burgess, James Turner,
Boo.
Jordan Hopkins,
What a man.
Kate Watt, Kathleen DeVere, Mikey Newman, and Paul Saunders. Additionally, I'd like to thank Terry Eakin for helping with coordination and to ensure that Mikey was able to join us again this year. We're glad to have you. My other group of volunteers were the stage friends. We added a new stage friend this year, bringing the team up to a total of 3. So I would like to thank each of Matt Griffiths, Tim Linval and Max Loy for being our stage friends. You play an integral role in keeping this show on the rails, so thank you very much for your hard work this year. On a personal note, I would like to thank my parents, who this week have taken care of my dog Maple, and saved me a bunch of money having to pay for pet care. So thank you to my parents. Thank you also to Maple for being the cutest dog ever to exist. My parents sent me a video of her playing at the park, literally while I was sitting there. So I have proof of life. That's great. And then finally, I would like to thank my partner Meg Meg's been thanked already as a shipping volunteer, but Meg supports me in my ability to do this every year and be a part of this ridiculous creation. So thank you very much, Meg. Love you. And I can hand off to the next person now.
Sounds good. That's Kathleen.
All right. I think I can project, but I'll stand here instead. This year, I had a different portfolio. I took over Matt's old job of guests. And Matt, thanks for doing such a good job setting up all that documentation and giving me a meeting to go through it so I could promptly forget it later when I had to put it into the back end. That was good. But honestly, it was great because of all the hard work you've done. So thank you for doing that. I want to say a quick thanks to all our guests. First up to Ken Stacy, who came in for the Ken Stacy a literal power hour and did that incredible sketch for us. That was awesome, and for being here. Thank you so much, Ken. I want to thank Rachel Weeks, who came up to hang out and join Night Watch for a bit. And Rachel is so talented and so funny, and I'm so mad that I basically did not see her the whole time. But thank you so much, Rachel, for coming up and joining this crazy thing and just like fitting right in. Because you are wonderful and professional and amazing.
Big fan.
We love you. So thank you for that. Thank you to Garrett Goody from Child's Play, who's already been thanked in sort of his professional capacity. But I must say thank you so much, Garrett, for being so game to have a teeth-sucking question aimed at you as soon as you got onto the stage.
Yeah! Sir Garrett around here.
Yeah, Garrett, you were great, and you were wonderful at D&D as well, and it was so nice to have you there and participate with us. I also want to thank our call-in guests. We had the Longest Johns, who called in for Zeta Shift, Liz Smith and Steve Dangler, who called in during Dawn Guard, and of course our call that started us all off was Teller this year. Teller was so generous with his time, and they were so willing to work around as much as they could. He had a show later that night, so basically that's why that call-in was there, because he really wanted to make it happen. And thank you also so much to Glenn, who made that whole thing happen and put together the prize. We really appreciate everything that Penn and Teller have done for us over the years. And we're so happy that you are willing to keep taking our calls. I would like to thank Dan Wu, who's a member of the communications team as well, for helping me out with a little bit of the follow-up stuff for guest outreach as well, making sure they got forms and documents and all of those things to fill out. That our Trello was super up to date. That was awesome as well. Thank you so much for all your help there, Dan. And I would also like to thank my daughter Penelope for having excellent taste in books. Thank you.
There's something at the end of this, Kathleen, as well. At the very bottom of the document that you've written down as well.
Yeah. I would like to thank Andy and Jason once again for all their incredible work they did on our Clunk videos. They were just amazing. Thank you, team.
All right, Beach. Let's go with you next.
All right, let's have a seat here.
Well, get the microphone. I mean, if you're gonna sit,
Hey, there we go. You're good at that.
Oh, you get professionals.
With your feet, buddy. All right. First up, it's all merch stuff, people, so strap in. I want to thank Fangamer for indulging us with more commerce again this year. The shirt was beautiful. Thank you, John K., for drawing that for us. And thank you, Fangamer, for not only the reprints this summer, but for doing another shirt for us. And everyone seems to really like it. I like it, too. And the volunteers definitely like theirs. I'd like to thank PMC again for keeping the website running, obviously, doing all the shipping of the merchandise. You guys are a big help, and I love working with you. Thank you, Steve Dangler, for doing another doubloon this year and having some cool ideas. Looking forward to more cool ideas in the future from you. Thank you to Colin and Tony for building the photo book, and I hope everybody enjoys it when they finally do get theirs. I want to thank Moz Lunsford for working so hard on the poster this year, and also the pin design this year. You did a fantastic job. We're really happy with how it looks. And with that, I miss you, Heather. When I get home, you're getting a kiss, and I'm going to bed.
Lucky woman.
I can tell.
All right. Ashton and Chris.
First off, I want to thank this guy because he came up with. He built like an alternative donation system in like half a day for our New Zealand and Pacific, a random assortment of Pacific area countries that PayPal decided cannot donate to charities outside of their own country, so that everybody could still participate. And with the side benefit of everybody being able to participate when PayPal went down completely. That was great. I mean, not the going down part, but the being able to participate part. That was great. Chris is so easy to work with. I love getting to do this with him every year. It's just a great time just to be able to hang out and talk about tech problems, figure out solutions, and just hang out and do stupid stuff together. More on that in a second. I want to thank Tim Lindvall this year for giving us a bunch of suggestions we weren't able to execute on because we didn't have time. But we are like rolling everything up together and hoping to do our big ideas next year. So that'll be great to see.
I would like to also thank Tim for having so much energy and enthusiasm. It's hard to, think and work on this project, the Desert Bus project, for a whole year straight. And so having other people who are also super motivated and messaging you throughout the year, being like, "Hey, I have this great idea," really helps make it a lot easier to stay invested and be able to get the work done.
It's definitely super motivated. You've heard Tim's name pop up all over the place in the thank yous, so yeah. I want to give a quick shout out to maybe Tara, our Dawn Bard, who made a couple great additions to the song collection this year. And I guess we should probably thank the mods in the VST, right?
Mike?
There's a lot of them.
Oh,
You skipped a couple names.
I skipped.
You want me to start saying
this is why I should read.
I want to thank Ashton. He's super great, and when I start losing my mind in the back because the tech isn't working, he brings me back and makes me laugh. I want to thank Mike for handling the Zeta shift and letting me sleep.
Very
Hi,
important.
Mike.
Mike Booland unfortunately had to take some personal time about 2/3 of the way through the run, so he couldn't continue assisting overnight. We love you, Mike. We miss you, and we hope to see you again very shortly. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we thank the mods in VST.
Whew. Okay.
Of which there are 115.
115.
Of you?
We counted this year.
Yeah.
Do it all in one breath.
I mean,
okay.
Okay. We actually figured out something, and probably an easier way to do that this year. So roll the clip. Okay, Chris, we gotta wrap some things.
I'll take care of the hard part.
Let's get it on. I want to thank the best there ever was. Checklist, and they're the cause.
Landmower, Raven, Sarah, Serenday, Defrost, Foxmark, Caffeinated Lemur, Anubis, Suffix, Lady Atarka.
Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Baby gods, I'll search across the sand, right far and wide. Their route is planned and help they're gonna provide.
Our Lopez, Adipie, Arclight, Dynamo, Chris, the LRAD Director, Stephanie, Kenwerhat, Emidiv, Rebellious, Uno.
There are 115 busty emojis to back the DB mods is my destiny.
GD World, Mr. Flip, Texan, Reverend, Dix, Kanoki, Exatrix, Kitchenet, TXC, Playron, Admiral, Mamo, Seraphina, Sniper Rocket, The Sub Ocean.
Woo! We're the quarter point. Doing great so far.
We? What's all this we stuff? I'm doing all the hard work.
Break time's over. BST.
Kepiri, Crusher, Nathan, Dicey, Wolf Strike, Zerno, Commander, Crossing, Reptile, Vanefire, Sensimus, Thinks Too Much, Fire is There, Uber Tongue, Smith, Kurosaki.
Thank him, gotta thank him all. Gotta thank him all. BST.
You can become Busted, Wolf Complete, KB, Build the Cat, Caleb, Elemental Alchemist, Chemistry, Doom Sweet, Kid Lore, Gill Knots, Rough Dog, Timing Fish, Symbolic, Lolita!
Gotta thank them all, gotta thank them all! Yeah! Gotta thank them all, gotta thank them all! Yeah!
Asku, Demon Fire, Ivia, Telnior, Jotal, Herbie, Lady, Iloris, Lickitung, Blastag, Ruben, Koopa Stream, Fireflower, Lumic, Rexa, Decimal!
There are 115 busty devotees to thank the VST is my destiny.
Astronaut Annoy, Dobby Crockett, Ryson, Haynon, Asta, Surrey,
Pokemon!
Pin the Penguin, Niles, Samwise!
Gotta thank them all, gotta thank them all! Gotta thank them all, gotta thank them all!
Starlight Coast, Animator, Cannabis, Chill Out, Studios, Sunlight, Bubba, Admiral Matt, Grey Wolf, Rar. Okay, we live here now.
Check out those lips!
It's downhill from here. Just 23 more to go.
Now it gets tricky, so listen real good.
Cap Spam, Haywire, Psyduck, Braincase, Woodle, Electric, Bodie, Boatface, Amethyst, Merc, Snowkey, Zelda Psychic Snowman, Monster, Ho.
Gotta thank them all, gotta thank them all! Gotta thank them all, gotta thank them all! Gotta thank them all, VST!
Malaya, Tantasaur, Two Steps, Faradite, Annie, Laurel, Failey, Praise to Amative, Sokar.
That's all, folks! Thank them, gotta thank them all. Gotta thank them all, DB mods. Thank them, gotta thank them all. Gotta thank them all, VST. Thank them, gotta thank them all. Gotta thank them all, Desert Bus.
Exquisite.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing.
Thank you, and I'm sorry? Can we get Jason on in here? Jason, you're going to have to be on camera. I'm sorry. So we get Jason, the three of us, day 6 last night, are recording the voiceover for him. Like, I've been here all day. I'm sleep deprived. Yeah. Jason's sleep deprived. Chris is sleep deprived.
Thank you so much, Jason, and
Put
sorry.
so much work into that video.
They did that live.
Why do you think we cut away full screen?
Got it in one. Yeah.
Jason had to listen to us in one of the random rooms here, recording this for about 40 minutes straight, just constantly getting names wrong or stumbling over things. So
There's 115 of them.
And then spent another like 4 or 6 hours editing the video together. So thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, Jason.
Now back into me. On a personal note, for me, I'd like to thank Kara, my partner, and the person who is my biggest cheerleader, especially this year, for everything we had to do for Desert Bus with so much else going on. I love you. I'm excited to get home to both you and my band. Yeah. But mostly to you.
Okay. All right. Graham.
Hey, what's up?
You're up.
All right. The first part of this is going to sound a little bit like that meme image of Obama putting the medal on himself. But bear with me for a sec. I want to thank Loading Ready Run. That sounds weird because I know that a bunch of people are here, but most notably, there are people from Loading Ready Run who aren't actually directly involved in Desert Bus, and everyone who is here, who is part of LRR, but in particular the people that aren't, have to work real hard in advance of Desert Bus to make sure that we can not do anything for 2 weeks to make Desert Bus happen. So I want to thank, in particular, I just want to thank Heather for keeping on top of.
That's my wife.
Don't worry, I'll thank my wife.
Get your wife out of your thank yous.
Yeah. So I just want to thank everybody for that, and then I want to also in particular thank my family, Kathleen, Penelope, who's been real chill about this whole thing, and my parents who are watching Penelope right now for just being supportive not only this year but all the way back to the first year when justifiably they had no idea what any of this was but brought us veggie trays regardless, and then by extension everyone's families for putting up with all this nonsense for so many years. So thank you so much.
All right. Unless anybody else has anything to add, that concludes the thank you portion of Desert Bus for Hope 2023.
Right on time.
We're nailing it.
Wow.
Andrew, I think we have enough time for one more dance.
Heck yeah.
All it took was 17 years for us to dial this in.
Come on.
Do you see some there? I also choose the
Go in the mystery box now.
Yep.
Good job.
And those last couple of trolls, well, they'll still be in there for next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
You
What's
can
up,
find
Ian?
out later.
Oh no, I said that. Thank you, James, for putting that in the box.
Yep.
All right. I think it's time to sing our song and crash a bus.